Hi, I'm Shelley Wood, and this is my tiny sewing room where I make doll clothes sewing videos. Today I'm going to show you how to make a little flannel bathrobe that will fit typical 11-inch fashion dolls, and it has real pockets that they can put their hand into. So it will fit regular Barbie, made to move Barbie, and a number of other dolls in this same size range. Now, before we begin, please go to my website, shelleywood.com, to download these two free PDF sewing patterns. There's a helpful link in the description below this video on YouTube. Use the pattern to cut out all the pieces shown here. The pattern is marked with a pocket guide. Lay the pattern on your bathrobe pieces like you see me doing here, and then use a fabric pencil to mark where your pockets go. Now this part you need to do, it's kind of tricky. Flip your pattern over to the back side and use an ink pen to mark it so you can align the pockets on the opposite side for both the back and front pieces like you see me doing right here. Now lay a pocket piece over the top of a robe section, keeping right sides together. Make sure your pocket lies between your pencil marks. Pin the pocket in place. Follow these same directions for both robe fronts and the robe back as well. It's important that they be aligned correctly, so really check your pattern. Stitch the pockets in place on both sides of the robe's back. Stitch the pockets in place for both of your front pieces. So both left and right sides need to have a pocket. Fold the pockets out like this so you're seeing the right side, and press the seam to flatten it. Do this for both of your front pieces and the robe's back piece as well. Lay a robe front on top of the robe back, keeping right sides together. Now with my pink flannel version of the bathrobe, it may seem like right sides don't matter, but look again. Can you see those pockets? I've used a contrasting color for my pockets to help you understand that, yes, because of the pocket, because it's been sewn on there, right sides do matter even with solid flannel fabric. Now here's an overview of the stitches that you'll make, but I'm going to walk you through each section. So please watch the next steps before you start to stitch, otherwise you might close up your pocket accidentally. Okay, sew from the neck down the outside of the sleeve to the cuff. Then sew up from the cuff along the bottom part of the sleeve to the underarm area. Turn and sew down to the pocket. Now at the pocket you want to pause for a second. Stitch around the outside of the pocket. Notice that gray thread? Okay, that's your opening. So don't stitch where the gray thread is showing, okay? At the bottom of the pocket, then you turn and stitch down to the very bottom of the garment. Now follow these same directions to attach both fronts to the robe's back. See, that wasn't too hard, right? And remember, don't stitch the pocket opening. Clip all your stitches. Now, I have a confession to make. I don't know what I was thinking, but I guess it's a matter of habit. You don't have to clip around the outside of a pocket. Now, see this clip? That one you need. These other ones, not necessary because you don't invert the pocket. So I guess I was being kind of silly here, but yes, you do need the ones right there at the corner of the pocket. So we'll look at that again. You need that one, but you don't need these guys. Okay, when we get to this corner, you need that one. Okay, So yes, otherwise clip all your seams. And there we go. Now be sure to clip near the corners of the pocket. That part's really important. Create a double fold hem at the end of a sleeve by folding once and then a second time. Whip stitch the sleeve's hem. Now, if you need help with a whip stitch, I do have a tutorial for that. Just look in the description below this video on YouTube. It'll be down in the bottom section under the video on YouTube. Hem both of your sleeves, so there's the left sleeve, here's the right sleeve, and I've hemmed them both. Now your garment should look like this. Now for my cream colored Cardinals bathrobe, I hemmed the bottom, but I added bias tape all around the front opening like you can see here in this photo. Now for my pink bathrobe, I actually used bias tape around all of the edges of the garment, the outside edges. So if you want, you can double fold hem along the bottom of your bathrobe, just like you see me doing here with a little whip stitch. And then when the hem at the bottom is all done, add your bias tape around the opening. Okay, but to keep it simple, I'm just going to go ahead and show you how to add bias tape all the way around the garment edges like I did with the pink one. I'm using 1/4 inch or 6 millimeter double fold bias tape. I do not pre-cut my bias tape. Instead, what I like to do is I keep it attached to the cardboard like a spool while I work, removing just a little bit of bias tape at a time as needed until I come to the end, and that's when I cut my bias tape free, and I'll let you know when we get there. It's a good idea to clip the very starting end of the bias tape to square it off before you start. Okay, to start your bias tape, wrap it around the edge of the garment and whip stitch along the edge of the bias tape to hold it in place. Here's a quick video clip to show how I start mine. Okay, so I clip that off so it's a nice square, and then I open up the bias tape and I fold it around the raw edge of fabric. I stick my needle down inside, hiding my knot, and then I begin to hand stitch with whip stitching. And I whip stitch all along the outside garment, wrapping the bias tape around it as you go, around the outside edge of the garment. As you reach the neck of the garment, you're going to come to some seams. Open the shoulder seams a little bit and continue on. So what I'm showing you here, I'm going to press that with a finger press to open up that shoulder seam just a little bit. Then I'm going to continue to whip stitch around the shoulder with the seam open. And what this does is it helps the garment lay flat on the doll's shoulders. Barbie is a very tiny doll, and if you don't open your seams up, there'll be kind of a bulkiness, and she'll get that kind of 1980s shoulder pad look on her garment, especially when she's wearing this bathrobe over the top of her nightgown. So we want to avoid that. So do the same thing with the other shoulder seam when you get to it. Whip stitch right over that open seam, and this will help the shoulders lay flat on the doll. So here I am at that second shoulder seam, and you can see I've flattened it out, and I'm just whip stitching along, and then I continue down the front of the garment. When you reach the bottom of the garment, you're going to need to turn a corner, and to do that you have to fold the bias tape like you see me doing here, making it into a little L shape. Now before wrapping the bias tape around the hem area, you can then sew along the tip of this corner. Okay, and I'm going to show you what I mean by all of this. So here's my fingers are on the start of my bias tape, and this is where I am now, and I've got my needle and thread still inserted in there. I'm in the process of working on it, and I fold it like an L shape. See that L shape? And then I fold it again to create a sort of hem at the bottom of the garment. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to whip stitch right up to that very corner where it's nice and pointy, and I like to sew a few stitches along that point end to hold that corner in place. So I'm whip stitching right up to the corner, and I'm just holding it in place with my left hand as I approach that L-shaped corner. Sometimes you have to kind of readjust the bias tape in the L shape. But now you can see I'm starting to actually stitch that little L in place. And I want to make it look like a nice clean stitch. If it doesn't look perfect, don't knock yourself out too much. It takes practice to get really good at this. So just applying bias tape is for some of you a new concept. So hang in there, stay with it. Practice makes you better at it. And just whip stitch along after you finish that L shape. Continuing right along the hem. Whip stitch along the bottom of the garment just like you would to make a hem. Attaching the bias tape in that same way. Notice how I've opened a side seam here. You're going to want to do that along the bottom. And then when you're about 1 centimeter from the very end of the garment, you're going to cut the bias tape free from the rest. And you want to give it a little extra. See how I've got maybe 1 centimeter, maybe a little less than 1 centimeter of extra bias tape, and I fold it in, and then I fold it to create that sort of hem across the bottom of the garment, and then I continue my whip stitch all the way to the end. Notice how I've left that little extra bias tape on the end. Fold that extra bit inside itself, making your folded edge flush with the bias tape that it's meeting or joining right there. And it may help to see the one that I did that had a hem, for those of you who decided to do a hem. Okay, so again, I just cut it, a little less than 1 centimeter of extra right there beyond the hem. And then I'm going to fold that extra bit in, just like this, folding it in. And then I fold it in half to wrap around the raw edge of fabric and continue my whip stitch all the way to the end. So continue to whip stitch all along that hem area and sew a few whip stitches to close the whole thing off. Note the stitches at the very, very tip. Now your garment should look like this, and your pockets are kind of sticking out, and that's what you want. So let's go ahead and invert it. A chopstick can help poke out the tiny little sleeves. Now I recommend that you use the blunt end of your chopstick, not the pointy end, and give it a little twist. Watch me twist it. See how I'm twisting with my right hand? That'll help it poke out a little bit. If you use the pointy end, it can damage the fabric. And look how cute that thing is. Oh my goodness. Now you're ready to try your robe on a doll. And hey, it has pockets. So go ahead and stick your Barbie's little hand in there. See how those pockets work. For more free printable PDF sewing patterns to fit dolls of many shapes and all different sizes, not just Barbie, I have lots of doll clothes patterns. Please remember to visit my website, shelleywood.com. Next week I will be giving a tutorial on how to make the little belt. It's also using a bias tape. And the pattern for the nightgown is available on my website right now. Check my links in the description below for a few more details. Okay, so you know that I'm the pattern lady. I've been asked, how do you get so much done? I use a sewing planner to help me achieve my goals. Now, I have an Etsy store where you can purchase this In my Etsy store, I'm offering an editable version of my one-page simple sewing planner for you to download to your phone or computer. It's just a little one-page document. Just type your goals into the text boxes, print it out, and pin it on your sewing room wall. I hope you go check it out. You can set New Year's resolutions that you can achieve and make changes to your planner as your goals are met. Your purchase of this 99-cent planner can help me afford to keep my website running with all its great tutorials.